Live League Game of the Day. Hudge versus Vintendo. Nell versus Max.
Welcome back to the channel, folks. Semi-original guy, aka Mr. Ken from Advanced Wars by Web, bringing you another Live League Game of the Day. Today, we are back on Flushed Away. I know, crazy. We just covered Flushed Away like the other day, but we're back because somebody suggested this match, actually. PDog954 suggested this one to me after he saw it, and he was like, hey, you should probably look at this map. It was a pretty good one. So, interestingly enough, here we are. I trust PDog. You know, I got a lot of faith in PDog. You know, he doesn't really let me down, so that's why we're here, folks. Flushed Away. Nell versus Max. Now, I can only assume that Max is probably tier 1 here, mainly due to the base light matchup that we have here. Now, once again, on Flushed Away, it's a very interesting map indeed. So Blackboat's got to wiggle all the way over here, pick up a infantry, go here, and then get back to the port before it runs out of fuel. It's priority number 1. Now, aside from that, you also have your infantry movements, right? So it's pretty easy for the infantry to get over here and get over here. Now, these bases obviously go up here and go over here, but both bases are also responsible for funneling units into the center of the map. If you can manage to grab one of these properties before your opponent gets there, then you're in a pretty good spot. You're definitely in a pretty good spot. I think it's a little bit difficult for player 1 to get an infantry down here in time to capture the base unless you decide to actually skip a whole bunch of stuff, or maybe there's just a different capture order that you need to do in order to get there. Maybe I just haven't found it yet, but it's been my experience on this map, and it's what I've actually seen on this map. But either way, it's kind of what we're dealing with, folks. Now, for those of you that have been following my channel for a little while, you do probably remember several games actually on this map. We featured New Plane, aka Floppa, versus Shoe Level 3 here for the 100th episode special. And just recently, we featured myself versus TrueNet. So now we have Vintendo versus Hudge. Now, these are two people that I've seen in the Live League a lot. Hudge, especially. I've definitely seen a lot of Hudge. I've scoped out a lot of Hudge games. You know, he's a pretty good player. Vintendo, I have seen quite a few games from this player as well. I would say that they're both fairly okay. You know, definitely some solid play from both of them. Now, I've hidden the elos because we don't need to see any elo difference here. In Live League, honestly, you cannot even trust elo anymore, to be completely honest. Just yesterday, I was matched up against a player that said that they were 900 and something elo in Live League, but in the Global League, they were 1500. So, everybody's got to start somewhere, folks. But without further ado, let's go ahead and see what went down in the Live League today. On the first few days, folks, you all know the deal. It is the standard infantry builds, because we got to get the infantry on the field. Number 1 priority in Advanced by Web, after all. Number 2 priority in Advanced by Web. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you are not already for all that fantastic Live League action. Now, in the next couple days, or whenever, we are going to be doing a little bit of different content in the near future. Some non-Live League stuff. Plan on doing a little bit more on the coaching series, but we will see what happens here, folks. Vintendo doing something a little bit interesting. Oh, actually, Hudge doing something a little bit interesting too, so okay. That is definitely one way in order to acquire yourself the property in the center of the map much quicker. So Vintendo choosing to actually rush the Blackboat over here to acquire the property here. Now, I like that and I don't like that. for one specific reason. Now, it does waste a little bit of fuel, but it does boost the potential of getting the property really quick. Hudge doing sort of the same tactic, but a different way. So boosting the side properties instead, which is also completely valid. Those properties do tend to become a little bit contested after a while. So, I mean, in general, like, why not? Now, I think this entire strategy is going to be very dependent on whether or not Vintendo and Hudge, well, more so Vintendo, because Hudge is still in a pretty good spot, but more Vintendo. So Vintendo has to make sure that he gets the port in order to get a refuel on the black boat, because if he doesn't, then he's most likely going to lose that black boat. And the black boat is really, really essential later in the game when it comes to being able to pressure your opponent. You're just going to get a lot of movement from having access to that black boat for your infantry, so you definitely do got to keep that guy alive. Recon coming to the middle of the map already, folks. Like, super quick, super aggressive. I like it. Now the question is this recon in range? Ooh, so this recon's in range to actually guard this infantry. So Hudge's recon can't go over here without getting first struck by a max recon, which is pretty dangerous. Even if it's recon on recon violence, the recon would go on a city, attack, get healed up next turn. This recon would be basically null and void at that point. Maybe one thing that Hudge's recon could do at this moment is go and block this property, so maybe Vintendo can't capture it right away. That's definitely a possibility. We might even see it happen, but I don't know. We'll find out, folks. We'll find out, because Hudge is moving out. He goes to block the property. Okay. And we have a infantry drop. Okay. So neither player is going for the airport very quickly. I'm not, okay, so I like the early drops. I think the airport is just super important in this map, and it really needs to be acquired as quickly as you can, especially before your black boat runs out of fuel. Pardon me, I feel a sneeze coming on, so I'm just gonna hold my nose in a very awkward way. Okay, so Vintendo is allowing Hudge to have one of the properties in the center. So I guess this is definitely one way how you can acquire those properties. So, alright. No way to interrupt the capture as well. So, Vintendo rushing the properties, dropping, or bringing the black boat down here. Okay, so this is where things start to get interesting. Okay, so we're going to be able to load up an infantry. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So depending on if we use 1 or 2 fuel a day, we might be able to make it back. I just can't remember exactly how much fuel we use. So we'll find out together. We have a recon attack. Not bringing out an infantry. I think that's a mistake. That's definitely a mistake. It's nice to have the tank over here because we can start putting pressure over by the HQ, but we need to get an infantry here so that we can drop it down here right away. It looks like Hudge is going to be able to do that. His black boat is over here with 20 fuel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I don't know. Okay, so let's keep an eye on this. So this guy's got 20. So let's see. 19. So it is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18, 19, 20, 21. Ooh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. It might not make it, to be completely honest. Black boat might fall. But as long as he acquires the 2 properties needed, then I guess it's okay. And honestly, if Nell gets the airport, much faster than Max and starts getting the battlecopters on the field, it's going to be in a pretty good spot. Not even lying. That exposes the recon to a first strike. That exposes the tank to a first strike. Oh. Is this tank in position to cover? So tank's in position to cover. Still exposes the tank to a first strike though. And technically, you could cover this with a recon right here. Yeah, you definitely could cover it. So maybe we might see some violence here pretty soon, folks. All right, busting out the tank. Alrighty, so acquiring the capture. Got the first strike. Doesn't block though. Okay, so we don't block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So provided that Hudge builds a tank out of this property, this should be okay. They could bring this tank down, but at this point it might be better for this tank to go over here and start putting pressure over here. But if we build a tank from here, this tank comes in, attacks, we get another first strike. Might be okay. Recon violence, 60% damage. What? Holy macaroni. Alright. So, 9 fuel. Might need to consider getting a refuel before we go for the comm tower. That way we can at least keep the black boat, which I like. I want to keep the black boat. Black boat needs to stay in play. So Vintendo getting the captures. Dropping off on the airport. There we go. Doesn't go for the first strike with the tank. Bringing it back to a more defensive position. Okay. And has to guard the property, otherwise the property is going to be lost. So, very, very good awareness right there. Day 9, Hudge. There we go. Alright. Alright, going to interrupt the capture. Double interrupt. That guy is gone. Okay, so we lose a recon and an infantry for that, but we interrupt the capture. We get the airport. Bringing a tank down. Out of range of this tank, so that's okay. This cap could be interrupted, but at the cost of a tank strike. Not really worth it, in my opinion. Double tank by this turn and moves over. Okay, so now it is Vintendo's turn. Ooh, 4 fuel. Yeah, we lost the black boat. We lost the black boat, but we acquire the properties. This guy right here, 12. Okay, so this black boat either has to stay right here or just move here and move here. I don't think that we can make the journey home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we could make the trip home, but we have to leave now. Have to leave now. That's the only way that we get the refuel. One shot on the recon, 60 or 40% damage to the infantry, and splits up the forces. Okay, so going right here, 6 fuel. Yeah, we either get the repair right now, next turn, or we don't make it. Well, we make it here, and we can drop off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we can drop off, but that's it. And Max is probably going to go double tank this turn. He's going to go double tank. Oh, I really hope that he brings that back. If he brings it back, he'll actually be in a really good spot, because that means he'll be up a black boat. And like the black boat, it's no laughing matter. That little guy can be super effective in the grand scheme of things. Left a tank hanging over here, but does have, I guess not hanging, because he's got coverage right here. So this tank goes up, blasts this tank comes around, blasts it right back. The end of the day, you'll be in a pretty good spot. Alright, interrupt the capture. Tank attacking on city. That is will be a 7-7 trade by the end of it. Alright, going for the capture. Oh, Vintendo saving the black boat. Beauty. That's what you gotta do, folks. You gotta save those black boats. Save them for a rainy day. Alright, Hudge getting dangerously close to a co-power right now, too. Bringing the tanks down. Has lost the black boat. 2 movement. Can't go anywhere. My guy's doomed. He's doomed. Doomed. Vintendo also getting dangerously close to co-power now. Just a short ways away, folks. Short ways away. That's like a tank strike. Maybe 2 tank strikes. There are 2 tank strikes right here, but the result would be catastrophic if you wanted to go in for that. Excuse me. So maybe... I'm not sure what you could do on this little section here. You don't want to go in and attack this. But... I mean, what else do you got? Bring it over here. Start putting pressure over here. The problem with that is you'll have 3 tanks versus 2 tanks and more infantry. So eventually Vintendo would lose this section. So let's see what he does. Alright, gonna get that comm tower. 16,000 funds. Is he gonna go battlecopter this turn? I would definitely want to go battlecopter this turn. Without a doubt. Ooh, double tanks. So double tanks still perfectly fine. But, oh, battlecopters are just so strong on this map, folks. You want to get them on the field as soon as you can. Especially as max. Like, holy moly, once you get the firepower and the movement rolling, they are just a force to be reckoned with. Now, they are vulnerable to Nell's luck. Unfortunately. Everything's vulnerable to Nell's luck. But they can also be really good at injuring units before the luck hits. So, very nice. Alright, full shift with the tanks. Everything is going mid. Now, is Hudge going to answer in kind and put everything mid? Put several units mid, but nothing really in too effective of a space to attack. This is like a perfectly fine defense right here. There's not really too many options to go in and attack. Plus, if you did, you'd be opening up the floodgates to a whole lot of tank strikes over here with luck rolls. Nell busts out the battlecopter. That's a lot of tanks. That's a lot of tanks. 11 tanks to 10 tanks? Ooh. Max definitely has to bust out the battlecopter this turn. Gotta get something to counter Nell's battlecopter at least. So maybe a battlecopter, maybe an anti-air, but you want to keep that unit count up too. Anti-air, battlecopter, and infantry. Okay, so that's pretty okay. So that counters the battlecopter while also putting pressure on the battlecopter's movements, because now we have 2 ways of attacking it. Anti-air and battlecopter. So the battlecopter could go north, the anti-air could go east, and we'd be okay. This is gonna end up in such a flippin' clash though, and I have no idea who's gonna win this clash. Okay. Interesting. As soon as I say it's gonna end up in a clash, we get a clash, folks. We got the power. The lucky star, I believe. That's what it is. Lucky star. Okay, is this going to result in a one-shot? One-shot. That's plus 60% luck rolls, folks. Oh, is this going to be a one-shot? Oh, 90% damage, so pretty good. Oh, 60, kind of a low roll right there. Gets the KO. How does this do? Respectable. Respectable damage. Going for a cap with a 6 HP. One shot. Alright, there we go. Bust out the tank. So all in all, that was a pretty good attack, you know? Respectable attack. Definitely a respectable attack. It's going to be very difficult for Vintendo to come back from an attack like that. Mainly because we only have 3 tanks versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full HP tanks, 3 8 HP tanks, and a 7 HP tank. Plus 1 tank up here. And when we attack, we have to attack into the luck roll, which is extra dangerous. So, for example, folks, we look at this, and we look at this. Maybe that's not a great option. So let's say worst case scenario, right? So we could do 56 to 61% damage with a super against this guy. But let's say, for example, we're attacking from a shoal. We could get counter-attacked to 56% damage. So might be something, but we're gonna max blast. And we're going to see what we can do here. Gets the one shot. Gets another one shot. And taking the strike. 5-7. Not the best, but not the worst. Actually, 5-7, I guess, is pretty much like the best odds that you can possibly get. That's like the most average of average right there. Okay, capping, moving the forces forward, another injured, a tank moving back, and now bringing everything into attack range. So if Hudge decides to go in and attack over here, we're fighting into base range, which is very dangerous. But Hudge could easily get at least 2 clears right here, maybe even another big hit. And then that'll give time for the battlecopter to come down. Multiple tanks over here. Could eliminate these 2 tanks and then run away. Or could do a full yeet. Eliminate 1-2 tanks over here. Maybe even 3 if we can get a 2-shot on this one. Eliminate this tank, then those 3 would be gone. These 2 would be gone. But we would leave a couple tanks vulnerable at the same time. And Hudge somehow is down units after that huge attack. Actually, that's kind of surprising. Doesn't go in for the attack, though. I guess we're attacking into super, which does kind of suck. We don't really want to attack into super. But if we don't eliminate these 2 tanks, that gives Vintendo far too much wiggle room. Like I say, we just keep the brawl up, to be completely honest. Pulls these guys back, might lose this corner up here. Could definitely be danger territory. But pulling back, that just means that Max can move up and do this. He just manages to take a few more hits. And Hudge is already in, like, very close to base range right now. And with the added reinforcements of that battlecopter, things are going to get very spicy down there very quick. Especially now that Vintendo is capping 2 properties, eliminates another infantry, and now the unit count is 21 to 28 on day 16. Interrupts, gets 90% on the recon, doesn't get the clear. No other real big available attacks, but down south we have a tank strike right here, eliminates 1 tank. Doesn't quite eliminate 2. Respectable damage, but not quite enough. Eliminates the 4. Goes for the cap. Cap could potentially just be interrupted. But I guess it's fine. It does force Vintendo to attack it and to interrupt it. And the only thing that's really truly available to attack it right away, at least, would be the battlecopter. Now, we do have a 2-shot clear on this right here. Technically, we could just use tank, maybe even 3 HP tank, but maybe anti-air. So that's definitely cleared. Could still get the interrupt, but then we have to worry about these guys over here. But if I was Vintendo, this battlecopter is crashing down here into this, because that is an easy attack. And it's out of copter range, so we have nothing to worry about. But I'm sure he's going to do it. Alright, Join Cap gets a flip. 16 to 14. Clears 1. Clears the tank. Takes the easy shot. Doesn't get the clear, but I mean, easy shot for sure. Interrupts. and then brings another tank forward. So this is one of the dangerous things about attacking the HQ on this map, folks. It is so close to reinforcement range that if you don't plan out the HQ attack really, really good, well, then you can find yourself in this situation where you just yeeted a bunch of units, and now you need to reconsider your options, so to speak. If only there was a way to attack this. If we could attack this and eliminate the copter, we could get some stuff done with this battle copter over here. But unfortunately, that's not an option. What is an option is eliminating the tank, eliminating another tank, eliminate 3. Pretty good damage. Pretty good damage. 1-1 clear. And then attacks another tank, another 80% damage. And then all of a sudden, things are looking up for Nell again. Luck is a hell of a drug, folks. Hell of a drug. Okay, I still want to see more air units on this map. Air units are just so good. Hudge down to 2 minutes and 27 seconds over on day 17, though. Vintendo still has 6 minutes, 37 seconds on the clock. Still has lots and lots of potential to figure out what the heck is going on. Finds a way through, eliminates the battlecopter. And now this is very dangerous territory. Attacks the infantry, or attacks the artillery with the infantry even. Now what is going to happen up north here? Doesn't continue the attack. Pulls the tanks back. Okay. So that's perfectly fine. You know, if we were to go up and attack the corner as Vintendo, even with power, we would get overwhelmed just because there's too many tanks up here. Still 7 tanks to 7 tanks. 3 copters. No copters. Yeah, Max is in a terrific spot. This is an absolutely terrific spot for Max. This is the spot that you want to be in when you're Max. But there goes 1 copter. Unfortunately, this will result in the loss of that anti-air. I don't see any world where the anti-air stays, unfortunately. Join caps again, busts out. The classiest unit in Advanced by Web, folks. The classy medium tank is on the field. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Artillery has been struck. Anti-air has been struck. Infantry has been struck. Once again, infantry has been struck. So it gets the clear. Now, is that really necessary, though? What's the capture on this? 5. This is still not going through next turn. Could clear the anti-air. And then our battlecopter takes no damage. There's no other battlecopter or anti-air even close to the area right now. But either way, is what it is. Does trap the tank down south. So that's a pretty good spot. You know, it's going to be difficult for the tank to escape. But we have a problem up north, folks, because there are 5 tanks barreling in on Vintendo right now from Hudge. And they're all powered by luck. So we got to watch out. Classy medium tank moving forward. And we have a tank strike. 2 tank strikes. Crashes the anti-air into the battlecopter. 30% damage. Another anti-air. Another battlecopter. And unfortunately, Hudge has 2 infantry that are just completely out of play. And they are not going to be able to get to the front lines unless a transport copter is purchased. So technically, this 19 units, we could think of this more as 17 units. So it's more like 17 to 21 right now. So it's quite a few units to be down, for sure. But there's a cap going on. And this cap is going to go through. Unless a power is popped. If a power is popped, cap is still going through. There's nothing that can stop that capture. Now maybe if we get extremely lucky, might be possible. But I don't know if we're that lucky. I mean, we are fighting the luckiest CO in Advances by Web. So I don't know if Max is going to have that kind of luck. Nope. It's not going to have that kind of luck, folks. It was a good try. It was a good try. But this map, or this match, is going to flip back in Hudge's favor here. as he busts out the classiest unit in Advanced by Web. Oh my god, over here on day 19, that is what I'm talking about, folks. Day 20, capture acquired. And manages to, well, could get the clear on the tank. Should probably just go for the clear on the tank. Unless, ooh, yeah, one movement, then he gets right here and attacks. So that would be an issue. But he could attack from right here, and then that would still only open up one attack over here. But if he gets super, it could be a little bit more dangerous. Just moves the medium tank onto a city. Out of curiosity, I just want to see what the roll is like. So we have a medium tank versus a battlecopter. 13 to 32% damage. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty classy. That's a pretty classy damage right there. Alright, day 20 from Vintendo. Moves the infantry. Battlecopters rushing north now. Blackboat getting so much value this game, getting those heals. Crashes the infantry. 3 tanks plus will be 5 HP, 6 HP tank next turn actually. And a medium tank. Busts out another medium tank. Base skips for the medium tank like an absolute legend. Vintendo, classiest man in Advanced by Web right now. Now Hudge won't be able to get another medium tank this turn, so Mac's gonna have 2 medium tanks to Nell's 1, which might work out in his favor for sure. We shall see. Ooh, with power. With power, there's an attack on this battlecopter, which could be pretty devastating. Would result in the destruction of the battlecopter, but it's a pretty good attack, not gonna lie. Now, is it sort of the attack that you should go for? I wouldn't say necessarily, but it's an attack. But Nintendo decides to play it a lot more defensively. Joins 2 tanks together actually to get a little bit more heals, a little bit more of an effective tank. Anti-air attacks. Nell going in for the attack. Looks like she might be going for super. Doesn't get enough charge. Just shy of charge right now, folks. Ooh, what do we do? What do we do when we're just shy of charge? Well, we sack infantry. That's definitely what I would consider doing at this moment. But he sacks a tank instead, which is great. We do a little bit of chip damage to the medium tank, and now we pop the super. This is potentially up to 100% luck damage. Gets the clear. Gets the clear. Oh, infantry into copter. Now, this is what dreams are made of, folks. 60% damage tank into medium tank. Now, before we do this roll, I do want to see exactly what sort of luck we are dealing with here, folks. Now, mind you, this medium tank took slight chip damage from the 5 HP tank. And now we're dealing with a 14% to 93% roll. Will it work? Oh my god, that is dirty. That is dirty. That's the dirtiest hit in Advanced by Web. 80% damage. Tank onto classy medium tank. Doesn't get the clear. Gets that clear. Gets another clear. Could have actually cleared the battlecopter instead though. Gets the attack. Is he going to attack 6 HP or is he going to attack full HP? He's going to attack full HP, 80% damage. Yeah, those luck rolls. Those were luck rolls, folks. Now, when I say luck is a hell of a drug in Advanced by Web, this is what I'm referring to, folks. Absolute massacre. But, classy boy down, folks. There's no surviving for this poor classy boy. As just a normal power is popped. So gonna bank a little bit of charge. Gets the attack on the anti-air. Clears medium. Gets a double. Classy Boy survives with 2 HP. Gets the clear. Has an... Ooh. Finds an attack on a battlecopter. Gets the clear. Now there is 2 more potential attacks. So yes, definitely crash the tanks into that. Look at this absolute madness of counter damage. Takes it down to 4, but takes 40% damage in return. Ouch. Day 23. 14 cities to 16 cities. Hudge is hanging on. But the potential for the loss of a property here is huge. Loss of the Classy Boy. Incredibly sad. This still has one more day. One more day of shelf life, folks. So unless we stop that, it's going to be game over for that one pretty soon. Alright, gonna attack the battlecopter. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but does a little bit. Pretty much all you can ask for in this situation. Day 23 from Vintendo. Both of these players have been managing their time really well, by the way. Day 23 and they still have a little bit of time. Yeah, this is good. Attacks. Finds an attack. And now has power. Has power again. Gonna be able to put some massive pressure here as the power is popped. But not really too many units left to attack with. Gets the clear. One more attack. And that's good. Oh, and even crashes the 6 into the 9 for the 69 attack over there, folks. Alright. 17 units to 14 minus 2. So 17 to 12. And crashes. Okay. 2. The only possibility that we have to hold on to this property is to sacrifice the anti-air. That's it. That's all that we got. If we sacrifice the anti-air, we can stop the capture. Maybe be able to hold on for 6 more days. It's definitely possible. But that is literally the only option that we have. He has to take it. If he doesn't take it, the property gets capped right now. Another classy medium tank. Vintendo all the way back up to 7 minutes also. Has been playing incredibly fast. Alright, that's a clear. That's an attack and a clear. But there's no infantry on the front line. But what Vintendo has that Hudge does not have is access to that black boat. He's going to be able to get savage boosties. Savage boosties are coming our way here, folks. Medium tank and tank now in a position where they can move into position, attack the tank on the city, and get the full surround to get a capture. I think we are going to be seeing a capture here very soon, but Hudge has power. Now, once again, power. Up to 60% luck rolls here. Like the absolute madness from these rolls, folks. 30% right there. Attacking the infantry, yep. 100%. I would definitely attack those infantry. Oh my god, that's literally the only thing we have to do is just stop the infantry. Medium attack. And a secondary attack. Infantry goes down to the HQ. 25. So this is going to be 26, 27, 28, 29. So there's a potential day 29 cap with this infantry right here. So that's something that we have to watch out for sure. There's a capture that's being threatened right here, right now. This guy has to be stopped. And there's nothing really in range to stop it. There's this tank. And that's it. This infantry could move here and then interrupt next turn, so that's definitely a possibility too. We'll see what happens. T-copter. Alright. Going for the the capture. Okay. It's interesting. So it goes for the capture, forces an interrupt. I wonder if we're going to be able to do enough damage to this infantry down here, though. Takes it down to 5. Another attack will take it down to 2. It's going to be at 4. Where's the medium tank going to go? Into the middle. Okay. So we're banking on trying to get this property now, but there is a 2-shot right here. It doesn't even need the 2-shot. Has tank. Tank gets the 2-shot. Could start a cap. Force interrupt. Oh, this game is getting incredibly spicy. Like, which I don't even know who's going to win at this point. All Hudge has to do is just interrupt properties. Just continuously attack infantry, and that's it. That's all he's got to do. He doesn't even have to worry about capping a property. He just attacks infantry. Focus fires infantry. Focus completely on vehicles. And that's it. Oh, that is a stray infantry, folks. There's a stray infantry sitting on a city. I'm going to be at 6 HP next turn. Alright, that charges co-power. Attacks tank. Ooh, with co-power, there's an attack on this infantry. And then there's a clear on this infantry. And then there's a capture. Vintendo might get the property. Like, 100%. I think he's going to get the property this turn. Pops the power. Goes for the capture on the corner. Does he have the units available? Goes for the attacks instead. Ooh. But this still allows for the anti-air attack into the interrupt. But if he goes anti-air into attack interrupt, the battlecopter gets away. Classy Boy just took massive damage over here, folks. Sitting all the way down at 3. Very unfortunate. T-copter load. And a tank. Oh boy. And there's nothing in position to attack this. Except for this. This guy could attack it. Get it down to 5 at least. But, I don't know. Okay, Lucky Star. Goes for the attack. Goes for the interrupt. Gets it down to 4. Okay, that saves us. Or that gives us time. It gives us time. Gives Hudge some time here. Interrupts the capture. Okay, brings the tank down. Okay, the position is looking okay. It's looking okay, but there's an attack right there. There's a cap. Okay, what is the... It's 9. It's gonna be at full if he joins. Okay. I don't think that's gonna hold long term though. I don't. I think there's... Depends on what this tank does. This tank could crash into this tank. But there's still an attack. Oh my god. You know what? Whatever. I just need to see what's actually going to happen. Oh, another threat. Another cap threat up north. Okay. Okay. Day 28. Double recon. Oh my god. Okay, there's an interrupt here. 6 HP. Or 6 HP to go. One of these 2 caps is going through. This cap can still be interrupted. Gets it down to 1. And the tank gets cleared. Oh, day 30. Day 30. Busts out the mega tank. The mega tank turn, folks. I think that mega tank is a final salute to an incredibly classy game between these two. Oh my god. And Vintendo at the very last day flips a property. 5 or 15 to 15. Cannot flip this property though because he just does not have enough. But he does the surround. But that is it, folks. What an absolute crazy match between these two. Holy moly. Luck rolls and direct combat. That's what this match was, folks. Crazy game between these two. Definitely back and forth. And I don't really have anything else to say about it. That was just a good one. Could honestly went either way. Maybe there's a way that Hudge could have held the corners a little bit better, but Max just managed to overwhelm him, unfortunately. Maybe focus fired the infantry a little bit more, but congratulations to both players on one of the classiest draws I've ever seen in Live League. Hopefully you all enjoyed as well. If you did, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye for now.